our political institutions to adhere to the political foundations or democratic foundations and our constitutional foundation as per our constitution, which guarantees social justice and our Article 43, and to ensure, especially in the political space, that discrimination, which is an offshoot of a social injustice, does not lock out the less fortunate, the women, the marginalized groups, the people living with disabilities, and the rest of them. Madam Speaker, as I said, the offshoots include tribalism, for instance, unequal distribution of resources and wealth, discrimination. But this does not really describe the sense of suffering that these communities or the people against which these social injustices are meted suffer. We talk about discrimination against women. We talk about violence attacks on women in political space. We talk about women being paid less in every job they do. In fact, I was very surprised as I go back home in Isiolo, where I'm meeting communities, I'm meeting women, I'm meeting people with disabilities, I'm meeting political leaders, I'm meeting religious leaders. And one advice I was given, very surprising, was when I was meeting the women, I was told if I'm to reimburse them bus fare, I should give them less than what I'm giving the men. This really surprised me, because then I asked, do the women get a different fair consideration? Do the borders take less money from the women? And they said, no, the fare is equal. But somehow it was said that the women should be reimbursed less. So, Madam Speaker, the issue of social injustice or social justice is one that's very topical, is one that, especially at this time, we should ensure we amplify the voice for the people that have been excluded, for the people that have been discriminated against, for the people that have been attacked based on their social orientation or their sexual orientation or their disability or their gender and the like. So as I thank Senator Musuruve for this, and as I also add my voice to this, I'd like to also urge our political parties to ensure that they don't become a center for social injustice. They don't become an instrument for social injustice by excluding women. I would like to urge them, because I am the chairperson for the Center for Multi-Party Democracy, not to pay lip service to the women of this country as they seek political office, not to pay lip service to the youth of this country as they seek political office. We want to see party primaries that adhere to the 2/3 gender rule, party primaries that ensure that there's equitable distribution of nomination seats to our youth and to our people with disabilities and to our women. We want to make sure that our political parties do not become institutions that actually entrench social injustice, for which this day was muted, to ensure that social injustices are dealt with. Madam Speaker, I have sponsored a bill, the preservation of human dignity and protection of economic and social rights, Senate Bills number 21 of 2021, and that's exactly and precisely the reason, because of the social injustice and the offshoots thereof, that this bill was conceived. And therefore, I would like to say we must go beyond just legislation, beyond legislative frameworks, beyond our constitutional provisions, to actions that actually show that this country is serious about inclusion and social justice, that this country is serious about ensuring that we move from what is on paper to what we leaders action on a daily basis to ensure that social justice is achieved in our institutions.